Your self-perception is your ultimate reality creator. When you are creating your reality, when you are creating your life, the first part of yourself that you must conquer is your self-perception, is the way you see yourself every single day, because it is the way you see yourself. It is the way that you acknowledge your own powers that allow you to transcend limiting beliefs about what you can do and who you can become. But you must allow yourself to change your self-perception, to allow yourself to see yourself in your highest light, not in a mediocre light, not in a low light, but in your highest vision of who you can become. But you first must allow yourself to move out of the self-sabotaging patterns that hold you in a place of low self-esteem, low self-worth, and low self-belief. People all over the world, their number one aspect of themselves that is allowing them to be where they are in any given moment is their own self-perception. Everyone all over the world, from every walk of life, no matter where you come from, your self-perception affects you more than anything else in your entire life. Even the most successful person in the world, if they don't hold the highest vision of themselves in their highest light, then even in the highest success, that person may not feel their best. Success means nothing without feeling good about yourself, proud of yourself, being in your highest joy and happiness within your success. So when you are creating your highest reality, you are creating from a clarity of your self-perception, of how you see yourself. So when you are beginning to create new realities, you are beginning to create realities from a specific point of perception that you have created and believed about yourself. So whatever is your self-perception is mirroring in the reality that you have created. So all you need to do to know where you are with your own self-perception is ask yourself this: how do you feel in your own life? And what are the clues that your life is reflecting back to you? Because what life is mirroring to you is a point of reflection for you to see the wisdom of life reflected in your creations. So your creations, your manifestations, are a reflection of who you have allowed yourself to be. So this life is a blank slate. There is nothing true about saying, well, these are the cards that you've been dealt in life. That is an absolute excuse, because you always have a blank slate. You can always recreate yourself. You can always rise higher. There is nothing about this reality that's stagnant, that's stuck, that is completely stiff in and of itself. Reality is fluid. It is flowing. It is always in motion. And when you allow yourself your own inner presence of being, you allow yourself the space of your vastness. And when you allow yourself your space, your inner space of your own vastness, you begin having an eagle's eye view of the reality. You begin seeing how you've been holding yourself in a small version of yourself when you're actually an eagle that's soaring and in constant flight. So when you allow yourself your own inner awareness upon itself, and you allow yourself to step into your vastness, to step into your infinite potential, to allow yourself to be the eagle in your reality, all of a sudden, you're able to view how you have held yourself back in your reality. And as soon as you are able to view how you have been holding yourself back and not identify with how you've been holding yourself back as a truth about you, is the moment that you are stepping into your original source, which is beyond all those reflections of you. And it's the moment you allow yourself to move from the seat of your power and the seat of who you truly are within your being. And when you allow this to occur, you are not identifying with those smaller aspects of yourself. You are saying, I can perceive all of those aspects of me that have been limiting my expansion, that have been limiting my joy, that have been limiting my freedom. And in this moment, when you choose to stop identifying with them, what do you think will happen for you? You become the eagle that soars in the vastness of your being, above all those scurrying little identities that like to keep the weight of density of your being down. Now, how does staying in a small life, in mediocrity, not rising into your power, why are those states so attractive to human beings? Those states have been perpetual relationships and addictions in the human being's mind. And when you allow yourself to release them by witnessing them, by seeing them like a movie playing in front of you, but not being immersed in that movie, by not being immersed in that story, and you allow yourself to be empty of those stories, now is when you can ask yourself, who am I really beyond these limiting identities which have kept me small? So now you are in high territory. Now you are actually in an energy of true self-love, of true self-awareness, of the ability to use self-inquiry, to go beyond your limitations, and to actually ask yourself, what is my highest vision for myself, for my reality, but not only my personal reality. Who am I here to be in the world? What am I here to bring in my highest potential of being? So now in this moment, you are no longer thinking small. You are now allowing yourself to be in your power. Asking yourself these direct questions changes and transforms your field immediately. You are no longer holding on to the resistant thought that comes from those previous relationships that you have formed. Those previous relationships were only entanglements that were created by the unawareness of who you can actually become. So in order to become something greater than you are now, you have to allow yourself to open into the space beyond your normal system of belief, your normal structures of what you allow yourself to believe in. If you allow yourself to believe the same things about you day in and day out with little change, this is because you are perpetually creating the same relationship with a belief system that keeps you in that structure, that keeps you in that formation, that locks you into that place. But all that system of belief is a very, very small area of being. So that's only one perspective. But you must ask yourself, what is the truth behind all of those limitations? Who are you really, and what are your powers that are waiting to be opened up in you? Do you allow those powers to come out? Every single person on this planet has gifts upon gifts upon gifts upon gifts within them. But unless those gifts, which are powers of their being, are used, those powers must be used from that being's own everyday actions. If your powers are only internalized, for example, then you will move through your life only in observing mode. You will continue to observe life. You will continue to analyze things, contemplate a little, but you won't, and you might think you're going deep, but the truth is you're stopping your depth of being by only being a participant in your own mind. You must extract those powers and you must then offer them up to the world so that your powers can actually grow and be used in an actual practical way of everyday actions that you are doing in the world. Because what use are powers if they're kept hidden in the back corners of your mind? You must allow powers to become real in your actual reality, not in just a thought you have about yourself, in what you are doing each day, what you are embodying each day. And when this shift occurs within you, then you begin your true quantum embodiment shifts in your reality, because you are no longer moving from a aspect of you that is just a thought about yourself or what you think about the reality, when you take those thoughts and you turn them into embodied actions in your physical reality, then all of a sudden, you are beginning to crystallize and manifest your powers upon the earth. You are not keeping those important aspects of your being, of your powers, of your wisdom inside of you. You are allowing them to flower forth within the reality. So as you move forward in creating your realities, you are asking yourself, if I did not see all of the limitations in front of me, and instead I only saw open doors in front of me, who would you be today? What would you do? What energies, what actions, what speech would you embody if you knew that your highest vision was possible for you? If you did not doubt who you could become? When you allow your highest vision to become real and tangible by moving in the embodiment of your essence of being, of who you really are, and you stop hiding those powers and you start revealing those powers, you will become an unstoppable force upon the planet. Your powers are not only meant for you. Your powers are meant to be utilized in this world, offered in this world as your sacred devotion to your path, to the truth of your being, and to exercise using your powers in a fearless way every single day. So at any given moment, you can ask yourself, in order to rise into your highest vision, how am I embodying my powers in this moment? Am I allowing the fullness of me to be seen and acknowledged by your own self? Okay, by your own self. Always acknowledging your own internal self. Allowing yourself to be a enjoyer of your own self. Because it's not only about extracting the power to push it out into the world and to pummel everyone to the ground. No, this is about honoring your sacred powers that no other being on the planet has. These powers arise through you. They are unique to you. And they manifest through you in a specific way. So, a being who chooses to honor their true power, that arises from clarity of self-perception, your unity of being, this individual is completely connected to the essence of who they really are and their mission on the planet. So always ask yourself in any given moment, am I embodying who I truly am? And Am I allowing the fullness of my power to move through me, or am I hiding from it? Because hiding from it is painful. Hiding from your power is so uncomfortable. And this is why it will keep you trapped in small realities. It's meant to feel tight. It's meant to feel constrictive because it wants you to burst that reality. Consciousness wants you to expand beyond yourself, allowing yourself to unfold, to bloom, to expand into who you truly are. Your highest potential and manifesting your highest potential matters. It absolutely matters. And this is why great beings who have walked this planet have inspired us, have changed our lives, have transformed our reality. Thank you to all the beings who have done this. Thank you to Muji. Thank you to Papaji. Thank you to Ramana. Thank you to Sri Anandama Ima. Thank you to Osho. Thank you to all the great beings. Thank you to all the great beings that have showed you their greatness in order for you to rise. For you to rise. In general, there is so much low consciousness on the planet. And this low consciousness, what is this good for? It's good for inspiration. Everything can be used to rise. High consciousness, low consciousness, mediocre lives, successful lives, all of it assists the being to flower. So everything that you have been given in this life, you use it fully so that you become the living embodiment of your self-mastery. You become the king within your holy space, in your world, in your empire, in your gardens, in your dance of reality. Or you become the queen of your reality. Why not? Why not? Why not rise? Why not shine? If you have a day that goes by within negativity, negative thought, depression even, why not say to yourself, I choose newness now. Command it. Command it. You can be that powerful that you command exactly what you desire from within your own self. Remember, the reality is only reflecting your own inner consciousness. Skyrocket your belief. Know you are worthy. Know you deserve it. Don't worry about what other people think about you. This is so important. Know that most all other beings are insecure. So why not be the confident one? Why not believe that you have tremendous power? This is your life. Allow yourself to be greatness. Allow yourself to embody strength, courage, perseverance, endurance. Believe in the expanse. Believe in your highest vision. Believe in your unstoppable powers. Believe in who you really are. You will never regret manifesting who you really are. Stop being an actor in your own life. Stop being a performance. Allow yourself to be who you are, and everything will change. You will watch a wildfire of change, of expansion, of success, of beauty, of miracles, of magic unfold for you. But you must be expansive. You must believe. You must know. You must will it into existence out of your connection with your divine truth.